So with the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out next month, at least that's when I'm writing this script, that got me thinking, how about I go back and watch the first two movies along with the Knuckles TV show and make a review on all three in one video. So that's what I'm going to do today, go through every movie, talk about the things I liked and disliked, and finally talk about the four main characters. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, to start off, I'm just going to pretend this never happened, because I think at this point everyone knows the story. Sonic Design bad, so they made Sonic Design good. With all that out of the way, let's actually begin. So the first movie is pretty simple. Sonic has to leave his home planet. He has to live alone for a long time before meeting this cop, and he has to take a road trip with him to get his rings back, which are used as portals. Why doesn't Sonic just run there? Well, he doesn't know where San Francisco is. Now for a first movie, this story is fine. Although of all the characters you could put into a road trip scenario, you chose the fastest thing alive, which is kinda strange. I do also like the dynamic between Sonic, and I'm sorry, it's just funnier if I say his name like this, Donut Lord. Unlike a certain other human character in Sonic, Donut Lord actually works well with Sonic. In fact, I like all the human characters in these movies. Yeah, we'll get to you later. I'm going to talk more about him later. I think Eggman is amazing in these movies. They split his personality perfectly. He's comedic, but also threatening, and his actor really helps that. The road trip idea works in this one because it's the start, but as a whole, I'm going to give the first Sonic movie a solid 7 out of 10. Let's move on. Okay, wow, this movie is peak. I feel like the first movie walked, ironically, where the second could run. We got many more game things in this. We got Tails, even more game-accurate Eggman, the Master Emerald, Labyrinth Zone, the Death Egg Robot, and most importantly, we got Here I Come.
Rougher than the rest of them, the best of them.
Yeah, we got Knuckles in this.
Do I look like I need your power?
The plot of this movie is Eggman comes back from the Mushroom Planet and teams up with Knuckles, who's looking for the Master Emerald. So Sonic, who's actually the guardian of the Master Emerald, and Tails need to find it. They snowboard, crash a wedding. Sonic and Knuckles eventually team up. Eggman gets the Master Emerald. Sonic gets it, goes super, which was awesome by the way. Eggman is gone, or so they think, and we get the ultimate life form at the end. What a movie. This thing had everything great about the first one and turned it up to 11. Humans were there, yeah, but this really did feel like a Sonic movie. Since we got to the movie everyone loves more, I think that's an appropriate time to mention the designs of the main Sonic cast. They made very subtle changes to them. Sonic's arms are blue and now his eyes are separated ever so slightly. Tails is a bit shorter with shoelaces, and Knuckles is a bit buffer, but not at a Sonic Boom level, with his shoes being boots now and his gloves, while still having the spikes, are actual boxing gloves. Super Sonic even has slight changes, with him actually being gold and energy crackling off of him. My only complaints of this movie are, number one, the wedding scene was dragged on way too long, and that I feel like Tails wasn't in there that much. The guy was in the 2 in the logo. That didn't mean anything to you, Paramount? Besides that though, the movie, I'm gonna give Sonic Movie 2 a 9.5 out of 10. And no, that's not an exaggeration. Well, so far so good. What's next? Oh cool, Knuckles TV series. Wonder what that's like. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing this from the internet, but I hate the Knuckles series. How did this thing get better reviews than both Sonic movies? I'm gonna keep this brief because this is a show and not a movie, but it's also attached to the Sonic movie universe. So I won't summarize the plot, and also I just don't want to talk about this series at all. Let me say this for this video. I rewatched Sonic movie 1, 2, and Knuckles, and it was painful to sit through 6 episodes of Wade Whipple. I got so bored of the Wade stuff, I don't care about all of this bowling nonsense. This show is called Knuckles. Give me Knuckles. That being said, I love Knuckles, the Knuckles themed stuff in this. I really wish I didn't have to say that, considering this show is literally called Knuckles. But anyway, yeah, I like the Flames of Disaster power-up. I enjoyed the villains who were barely in the show. And Knuckles himself, which, yeah, we'll get the characters in a minute, I enjoyed. I just didn't like this show at all. And that's not even the bottom of the iceberg of this show. But I'm done talking about this series. Let me move on. Also, the Knuckles series gets a 5.5 out of 10. Moving on. Let's start off with Sonic. Sonic is like his game self, but is a lot more self-aware. Let's say he comforts his friends when needed, not that Game Sonic doesn't already do so. He's just as cocky, he's hilarious, besides the pop culture jokes, and honestly, probably my favorite version of this character. And I'll even say the same for Knuckles, who we'll get to in a second. Tails, there wasn't much of a change for Tails, except for the fact that, oh wait, this is literally Game Tails. He just has more gadgets, so no problems here. I'll probably go over him more in my Frontiers review, but other than that, no complaints. Knuckles. Paramount, you guys cooked with this one. Knuckles in this version is looking for the Master Emerald. No, he didn't shatter it like in Sonic Adventure 2. But he needs to kill Sonic because his guardian Longclaw was a Master Emerald guardian. And the Echidnas have been fighting for a while, and yeah, a bunch of lore. Anyway, Knuckles is really threatening in these, but not completely dumb. Idris Elba does an amazing job as Knuckles. Every line he does sounds perfect. Eggman is after Sonic's power, but later changes to the Master Emerald in Sonic Movie 2 and wants to rule the world. Wow, looks like that first defeat really got to him. That's also not even mentioning the GOAT Agent Stone, who loves his lattes. The humans I'm mixed on, for example, characters like Tom and Maddie, I'm fine with, but others like Wanda are just awful. And that's the last mention of the Knuckles show in this video. So as a whole, I think the Sonic movies are great, with good themes about growing up and moving on. And you bet I'm buying a ticket day one to go see Sonic Movie 3. Shadow looks so awesome. So are these movies bad? Well, 2 out of 3, that's good. Or 2 out of 2, depending on how you look at them. You guys want to know what I think will happen in the future of the SU? Check out my friend and I's podcast where we talk about exactly that. Thank you and goodbye.